Uncle
successful
Fatty. I'm like
businessman, and it's
cousin
like, no,
Fatty
that's
right
fucking
now. I'm telling
false.
you, I
No,
just
he's
had
This
good.
guy,
corned beef special,
he's a
French fries,
successful
half a
bully in the
cheesesteak,
judicial system.
a
Yes,
couple of lattes,
he's a
a couple
successful
pickles,
litigator
a can
for
of Doc
life.
Brown's root beer, and a can of
You
Doc
know,
Brown's
it's
cream soda. I'm
because
cousin
that's
Fatty.
what it
If
is,
you're
and
Uncle Fatty.
that's what we saw during the whole freaking 4 years of Biden's administration. Was delay on every damn case till we got nothing. We got nothing.
And I asked somebody once on the right, I said, bro, think about it like this. This is a red hat. I said, if you're an innocent person, why do you so frantically try to get out from underneath cases and delay them? If you know
if
you're
you
innocent.
know your case is strong, you know you're innocent, you have proof and all that shit, why would you delay it? Let's go, baby. That's not what he plays, But we're gonna find out exactly what this. I'm sorry, squirrel. I read a comment, and my whole thought in my head just went out the window. Jeez, it's been a long day, baby. It has been a long day. Hey, let me thank Tracy Langnickel, who came in with a $5 donation and said, "I turned down the TV and watered the plants." That's a good thing to be doing. And I've talked to several Blue Dots on the phone and whatnot, and on Messenger and whatnot, and I try to keep up with the news, and I'm watching the news, especially right before my rant or before a show. But a lot of my time is spent on the Nature Channel or Discovery or hell, the Weather Channel, to try to clear my mind, to try to get the junk out. But
well, if it makes you feel any better, John, I'm 30 years younger than you, and I have just about as many squirrels as you do.
I swear, they run around up there like they're just own the place, and they do.
But I think this political landscape makes it worse. I'll be honest. I feel like I have more squirrels now than when Joe Biden was president.
Because it's just a constant barrage of bullshit, just like today. The DEI bringing up Obama, bringing up Biden, bringing up whatever. That combined with the bullshit, if you tuned in to Cash Patel's or little confirmation hearing, they're just, the whole administration is oh man. I'm pissed. That's what my problem is right now. And that's why I'm tongue-tied. I'm pissed. I don't want to take time to think. I just want to cuss. I want to beat the table. I want to just yell out the door.
Get a punching bag.
Huh?
Your punching bag.
Yeah, I feel like it. It's just.
I can kind of see where this is going. So we all know who Pete Hegseth is, and he, like the rest of them, basically lied in this confirmation hearing about keeping women out of the military. Well, guess what? One of the pilots on this helicopter was a woman. This motherfucker, I'm almost going to put money on this shit. He's going to try to he's going to try to exploit this issue, and he's going to try to say this is why we need to take women out of the military.
One of the pilots in the Black Hawk was a female?
Yes. Pete Hegseth is going to exploit that. Mark my words.
That would be disgusting.
Hope he's ready for the backlash on that.
Right. I mean, but you guys know they're going to try to throw as much shit at the wall.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And all of it's disgusting shit. Shit that doesn't matter, doesn't apply. It's yeah. Jeez, it's man. Are you shitting me? See, I'm sitting here.
It's all distractions. It's all whatever, and they keep doing what they're doing. They're trying to push all the law stuff. They're trying to get that through. What they want to do is get anything pushed along to get it to that Supreme Court, John. Because they just know they can get what they want if they get it to the Supreme Court.
That's going to be the test of our nation.
It is. It already has been, and we're failing that
very. Yeah, we're not doing good on that scorecard.
No, we're not.
And so God, if he gets another pick, and he's liable to. He's liable to.
He doesn't need one. He just doesn't need one right now.
No, this country doesn't need one right now.
You want to go ahead and call that out?
Yeah, let me thank Alan Roberts, who came in with a $20 Canadian donation and said hello from 51st state of LOL. Keith Oberman beat me to the suggestion to impeach the orange orangutan. Call your state and federal reps to get Congress to charge him and deport Musk.
Yes.
Go with all of that. Yes.
All of
it. All of it. I am remiss in my duties because, as host of this show and as somebody who's run his mouth for 8-9 years now, that I should have my shit together and I should be telling you where to go and what to do and who to write
and all that stuff.
And all of that stuff. And
Yeah.
I find myself in a deep pit right now. And
I know my brain doesn't connect very well. It's just going in 80 directions at once, and I can't slow it down. I can't make it do what I want it to do.
It isn't the drag of Trump. That's part of it. That's part of it. The other's all personal, and y'all know why. And just going through this journey that I'm on, it's not a good one. It's not. It's devastating to my soul, and so I feel like I'm lacking. I'm lacking in my duties as a host on this show. Not to be more prepared. Oh, damn it! That reminds me. You sent me Bishop Bodie's address.
Yes.
And I was supposed to put that on a graphic so we could put that out. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, Fatty.
What's going on, guys?
Another day in the wonderful world of Trumpism.
Shit.
How are you, brother?
Decent, you know what nobody's talking about right now? Speaking of the Supreme Court.
Huh.
The state of Idaho has filed findings for the Supreme Court to revise the decision in the Obergefell versus Hodges decision and restore the definition of marriage back to a union of one man and one woman.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Awesome.
Hey, look over there. Hey, look over there. Hey, look over there. Hey, let me pile some more shit on top of where you're looking.
Yeah. Whilst I slipped this under the table.
And I just wanted to commend you on your rant today, John. That really hit home, bro. And the only call of action we have right now, the only mission statement we have right now is to use our voices and to be loud.
We do.
Just the squeaky wheel agrees.
Yeah.
We do.
You're last now.
Yeah. I was trying to be loud today. I was waiting on some kind of response from somebody down the street, but never heard it. So
they're probably too embarrassed to even come out anymore because
I would be.
I know are too embarrassed to even
I hold
say
my head up every damn time I go up and down the street. I don't think they can do the same. Just this whole
the culture wars, that come out of tragedy is just amazing out of these so-called Christians.
Oh.
It boggles my mind that they don't see that all this guy is doing is literally trying to divide all the demographics. With every fucking event and occurrence, it always has to do with race, gender, or fucking DEI, or it's just ridiculous.
Some social issue. It pushes the buttons of his maggot crowd.
Mm-hmm.
That's the disgusting part of it. If it was just a matter of well, Donnie's an asshole and he cheated to get in. No, it's how many people he has convinced in this nation to hold him up as a pedestal, to hold him up as somebody to admire, somebody to emulate. All his life, he has been a scumbag. From the time he was in college, when I got bone spurs, while he's fucking playing tennis. It's a draft dodger. Somebody went in his fucking place. Somebody went in his place. Another sucker or loser. The man is a disgusting.
Three times he dodged that draft.
Yes.
3 times.
Yeah. 3 times deferment.
Yeah, bullshit.
And this is why General Mark Milley's photo was taken down at the Pentagon right after he got elected because he knows
But yet
that
they hold
General
him up
Mark
as a
Milley
patriot. They hold him
is
up as a great American. It's disgusting. It's hypocritical. It's everything. Like I say, they wave the fucking flag. That doesn't mean shit to me. It doesn't mean crap.
They also beat cops with the flag on J6.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I say, neighbor down the street's got an American flag out there and the Confederate flag because, you know,
Of course,
can't make up his mind.
they're flying
know,
them up here too.
It's
You know,
just,
they're flying them up here too.
and that's the same place with the Trump signs. Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me again about your patriotism and how you bet you love this country. Oh yeah, go to church all the time too. Don't forget that. Yeah. Tell me again about your brotherhood, your love for your fellow man. Tell me again about the teachings of Jesus Christ, please. I'd love to hear your explanation. Whilst you hold up a demagogue, a golden calf
Yep.
to worship.
Well, my Bible says, "Love thy neighbor as thy
Yeah,
fucking self."
You got the wrong Bible there. That's all. Yeah, you got to get the new Trump Bible. See, the one with the, you know. Yeah. No, it is. It is rather disgusting and disheartening, and you know, it's the only thing it does really. It does. It fuels me. It fuels me.
Yeah, right,
It makes me want to keep up. You know, the only probably the only fucking reason I'm still doing this is because my wife wanted me to continue.
Well, she ain't the only one, John.
Well,
There's
I'll tell you what, John,
10,000 of us out here that aren't expecting it, but love it when you do. You know,
these last two rants you did, John, it was like your wife was there in spirit. They were phenomenal. Your one yesterday, God, I love that one, man. I mean, you didn't have to think about it. It just
again,
rolled right off.
My emotion, my, you know, I don't. Oh, yesterday's. Oh man, yesterday. You should have seen the 4 takes prior to that one.
Well,
that's
what really gets you. Is you get 2 minutes and 30 some odd seconds into a good rant, and then you screw it up, and or you know, damn, hit the button again and start all over again. Hey, let me thank Bravo Chick, who came in with a $5 donation, said, "Truth are like splinters. It will come out eventually. Fuck the fascists in the White House." And that's exactly what he is, Bravo Chick. He is a full-blown fascist. And we're watching the hostile takeover of our government while the Republican Party is accomplice to it. We're watching the Republican Party capitulate their duties, their responsibilities.
We're giving some hype
the new Fuhrer.
Project 2025 architects are sure getting some good positions in the cabinet, aren't they?
Ain't they? But you know, he didn't know anything about it. Didn't read it. Didn't want to know about it. You know, yeah. Come
all
on.
of his executive orders are copy and pasted right out of that handbook. Everyone.
So if you want to know where this goes, that's where it goes, baby. You know, authoritarianism.
You know, and he's just like his fucking Jan 6 rioters, man, when they went up to the bike racks, where they're testing that fucking boundary. And that's what all of it's going to be over the next 2 years until we hopefully grab majority again, is they're going to do nothing but test the goddamn guardrails.
And guess who the line is, baby? We are. We're the line. We're the ones holding back the assault. And it's going to be that way.
Of a federal judge.
So this is not a time to think about, well, shit, I've done my best and we're going to quit and all this. No, this is a time to renew your dedication to this fight, your dedication to this country, because it's in peril. Our basic democracy is at threat. And what are we supposed to do? Just sit back and watch it happen?
Well, it's the duty, isn't it, of the American citizen, informed voter?
It is.
And not an ignoramus, non-informed voter. But even still, the simps are going to simp. You know, the podcasters were out within 20 minutes of him making that note this morning that this is all DEI and and spinning the narrative, because you got to control the narrative, right? And that's why we got
That's
to be
it.
loud, why we got to push back to every red hat, to every snivy little comment, and hold that line personally, individually.
Well,
you know?
that's the whole point. Even though it doesn't make any sense, they managed to put that in there. They keep pushing DEI, and this and that, and they'll throw it in where it doesn't make sense just because that's
Just
what they
keep
want.
repeating the lie. If you keep repeating it long enough, it becomes
Yes.
the truth.
It
You know?
does. Even if they don't even understand what it is, you keep repeating it. Joe Biden caused this. Joe Biden
Yeah,
caused
Joe
this.
Biden did this. Joe Biden went straight to the insane asylum, got somebody, and put him up in the tower. That's what I heard. That's what we're going to hear.
That if you got a job at that airport, you're top the tops, and that is
Yes.
the most stressful, most anxiety-filled profession in America, is being an air traffic controller.
It
Yeah.
is, and I personally have an experience in my life where an air traffic controller did
Yeah, I know
make
what
a
you're saying.
mistake, made a mistake, and it cost lives. It cost a lot of lives.
Yep.
But I often think of that guy. I often think of him, of what he had to endure.
You're not messing
personally.
around in that job. Those guys,
No,
God bless them, and heart goes out to them. There's definitely something to, like, what Kirk was saying.
you know
there
that his heart is heavy. Whoever the air traffic controller was, his heart is heavy.
Yeah, I mean,
but there was,
you could hear-
I don't see anything that the control tower could have done other than what they
I
did.
don't think they did anything wrong.
it's unfortunate, but it was still a head-on collision, which was
Yep.
very, that doesn't happen a lot, and even with a little bit of fog and stuff. But
They did have a near miss, but it was a while back.
Right.
They have those
But
quite
yeah,
often.
probably
Because,
more than we know. Yeah.
it's especially that area is a heavily trafficked area.
Mhm.
And,
the number one rule of pilots, is it's not the flight that'll get you.
But
It's the
again,
government.
we're not the professionals that should be.
no,
analyzing
it's a terrible accident, and that's exactly what it is. It's an accident.
It is.
And it was to be investigated, and things will change. There will be modifications to either flight paths or priorities or whatever.
Or helicopters, at least.
Yeah. But it's not going to have anything to do with DEI. It's
No.
just not.
Until he signs an executive order tomorrow that says it does, and he shuts down all the
Yeah.
airports.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not going to argue with you there.
Well, if he shuts down the airports, then I think
he
you really
signed
have a lot.
executive orders today on
agreement.
some shit. I was going to try to remember what that was, but I can't do that either. So I'm just batting 1,000 today.
Yeah. Well, and he took away.
Signed something today.
Oh, he signed something?
Yeah, he signed executive action today on something. I can't remember what the hell it is.
Oh, probably.
Shouldn't have even brought it up.
I can't recall. It got blended in with all that other shit.
One action he took recently that I don't see helps this situation at all is he fired a whole bunch of employees from the FAA. What the fuck?
And his little act the other day, and also the sending out of the letters to force retirement. You take we suggest you retire, whatever it is. I can't remember fucking words.
Well, what kind of suggestion is it? Yes.
It was
an offer letter. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
that right there was enough to send ripples into the damn workforce.
Right. Some people thought they had to resign or whatever. I mean, they didn't stop to think about it. They thought, what? But yeah, the idea that we're going to give you
the
number
narrative
one.
Could easily turn around to suggest that because Donald Trump sent that letter out, that maybe that was the reason there was a staffing shortage in the tower last night, because evidently that's in the news that there was some abnormality in the number of people. There was one.
It could be, or somebody might have been sick. They're short-staffed anyway, usually. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
if funding bill that he signed, but that didn't really have anything to do with it. It sounds like from what I looked into today. But he did offer everybody a severance pay. He's offering them 60% payout to work for the next 7 months at home, like don't even show up to work, right? And get 60% of your severance if you just go ahead and quit now before you get fired.
Oh,
At this point, I won't even believe that. I won't even believe that I'd be getting
No,
my
I
money.
wouldn't. I wouldn't believe
No,
it
you
because he's
don't know
already out there
somebody.
saying that. Oh shit,
Tell them.
it was the Lake and Riley bill that he signed, I
that's
guess.
what he was. The Lincoln.
Thank you,
Which is
Kelly.
absolute, 180 degrees opposite of what it should be doing to use that name on the bill.
Yeah, but he had some Democratic help in there too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there was.
And that's
that.
disappointing.
Yeah,
And there
that's
is
just,
some good things
There
about it.
was.
There is, but it's still a, it's a beat switch deal with the, the typical Republican deal. The Continuing of American Prosperity Act is actually taking people's fucking shit away from them.
Well, and the Lake and Riley Act is actually a violation of due rights, straight up.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Along with everything, everything's got a federal injunction against it. Federal judges are coming out. Republican federal judges.
They're not doing anything that's legal.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing that we all need to remember too. Don't be afraid to call out Democrats, because you know what? I don't think a single Democrat should have fucking signed on to that Lake and Riley Act, because that gives them more power on this mass deportation thing, stripping away people's due rights. You can call the cops on your Mexican neighbor, and as soon as he gets a set of handcuffs on him, they can deport him.
Yeah, they're catering to half their constituents, I
So
suppose.
the
Don't worry,
Democrats,
we got
they need
plenty
to
of room
stop
in
bending their knee.
Guantanamo Bay for all of them.
Oh, God.
Well,
Yeah.
and you know what's concerning
Let's
about
keep
that
right
is
on
that is
coming.
outside of U.S. jurisdiction.
Yep.
So they can do all sorts of nefarious activity in Guantanamo Bay. Oops, you fell into the oven.
On a
You know what I
personal
mean?
note, it really pisses me off. It always has, because that's where I was born. For all of you
Yeah,
that
man.
do not know, that's where I was born, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. It's a naval base now.
Oh wow, you
That
were.
was in-
Wow,
yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's where I was
Wow.
born, and it just bothers the shit out of me that it has been turned into what we use it as. But yeah, no, I have a U.S. Navy birth certificate. Don't worry, people.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I'm umbilically connected to the temperate zone, man. Can't stand cold weather, man. I'm from the. That's
Now
why.
I
Well,
understand.
if I have to Anne Frank you in my basement, John, just know I will do that for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Kirk. Not a problem. Hey, Jorge.
Guantanamo, out of sight and out of mind.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, buddy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, and it already has a reputation, and it's just bad. It's just bad, just bad.
Well,
Jorge, how have you been?
the Joyce Vance wrote a piece, and she was talking about the people in the federal government and the federal employees, and there's a lot of them that just don't want to put up. Uh-oh, let me go out and in.
All right. In the meantime, let me put a thank you out there to Lisa Lovely, LPA, who came in with a $5 donation and said, I was disgusted by the speech, but not surprised. What genius is he going to hire? The same ding dongs in his cabinet? Yes. Loyal ding dongs. That's the key here. I also want to thank Jake Sellers, who came in with $10, said, Mr. Trump is head spectator. Mr. Trump is head speculator and conspiracy theorist. He's an fucking FA expert now, as you probably know. Yes, he's an FFA expert now because he is the president and is all knowing. And then Jake Sellers turned around and came right back with another. Okay, I get it. Jake Sellers came back with another $5 just to say correction, FAA, because in the first one he said F.A.FA. Anyway, it was confusing. Jake, thank you very much. I appreciate that, brother. Anyway, where were we?
We were waiting for Jorge.
Jorge.
Yeah, we were we're talking about John getting some chickens or something for
Chickens.
Oh, just what he needs.
I wish John could have his
Yeah.
chickens back. I can't have chickens
keep
back
him out.
because I got cats.
Yeah.
Well,
Lots of
it feeds the
cats.
cats, save you a lot of cat food.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Well, I
Oh,
also have
God.
raccoons, and yeah, my chickens suffered a lot before we finally gave up and
Yeah.
decided we can't have chickens out here because there are just too many predators out here. And let me,
Anyway, Joyce Vance pointed out that federal employees, they're pretty dedicated to their freaking jobs,
They are.
and there's a lot of them,
yeah, as a federal,
and
as a
and
former
and
federal employee, yeah,
yeah, and and just because some asshole politician comes into town doesn't mean you're just going to give up your job easily.
oh no,
Well, and just because his
And
mind
and
doesn't
Joyce
mean that
says he is
every federal
awakened.
employee isn't bipartisan. You know what I mean? They do their job. It's not about politics.
it's not about politics.
But
But
Joyce says he's awakened a sleeping giant.
who said that?
Joyce Vance. She said he's
Yeah.
awakened a sleeping giant.
And
The
she's
sleeping
referring to
giant being Trump.
no,
No?
being and,
No, by taking on the federal workforce.
yeah, that's a huge amount of people.
Okay.
The
I'm
giant would
sorry.
be we the people.
Yeah,
They
that's
are
us.
we the
Yeah.
people.
That's your neighbors out there. All the yeah.
Well, look at
That
how many
have
people he's
jobs.
pissed off in 1 week. You know, he tried to rescind all the money for Head Start, SNAP, Meals on
Everything.
Wheels, everything. It's like, could you find anybody else to piss off? Have you missed
Your
anybody?
food stamps.
And you have to ask
Apparently,
the
he's finding
question.
more.
You know that there are a lot of conservative and Republicans that voted for his ass that are now questioning what the fuck they did.
And all
Or
these
worried
people
about
that are
them
getting-
losing their benefits or their services.
No.
right?
Nope.
All these people that are getting confirmed right now or almost confirmed, they better watch their butts too, because he just recently said, I'm not going to pay for security for some of these other people that were in my other administration that have been threatened by Iranians.
Yeah.
They're not any more security. They're on their own. Milley was one of them, and then they named a couple other ones. He's like, nope, they don't get any security. So he doesn't support his own people.
No, no, not even the ones
he
that
doesn't
work
have any
for him,
loyalty
the ones
to-
that he picked himself.
They were rhinos, though. They've been rhinos the whole time, so they don't deserve it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
They weren't
There's
really
that
patriots,
thing again.
General Milley didn't really give
Right?
all for this country. He's just yeah. And the sad part is these flag waving assholes out here buy that shit.
Yeah.
They buy it.
They've been justifying it for the past week, buddy.
Yes.
They're not turning. They're not swapping. They're on TikTok. They're on the YouTubes, right? They're on every social platform talking about, oh, well, this is just residuals left over from the Biden regime. And
Everything.
that's why we went to Trump to fix it. But, you got guys whose wives have been deported. You got wives whose husbands have been deported in the past week, and they're still justifying this shit as this is leftover residual, from Biden. And Biden has nothing to do with any of this shit.
Trump even got after Pete
Oh,
Buttigieg.
Terry.
John,
Yeah.
you hear that
Terry
crap?
B just put in somebody's. They want his face on Mount Rushmore, and I know that's a comment we've laughed about before, but I believe somebody has actually put forth a motion to have his ass on Mount.
No.
He deserves to be up there. He does.
It's a sad fact that Mount Rushmore is one of those places because of its location that a lot of Americans don't get to go see. We see it on film or on camera and whatnot. But my family and I went there.
But then again, there's the backstory of where it is and who, who didn't ask to put it there, kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a backstory. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I was happy to see the other day. I saw a photograph of the pointing hand.
The chief?
Yeah, the Indian chief. I'm sorry.
Geronimo.
The statue. And where he's pointing when they asked him, where are your people now? He said, they're there. You buried them. but my family and I saw that in 2001, and I've seen recent pictures of it, and it's come a long way. It's come a long way.
Yeah.
With no government assistance, no
Right.
grants, no federal money on that one. That's
Just
all.
as the blue dots. 9 years ago, John was down in a B
With
and
Sitting Bull.
Benson shed with a big old mess of tools and stuff
Crazy
around
Horse?
him.
It's still
And
there.
he started
I have covered
hollering
in
about
dust
this
now.
shit. He
Yeah.
started hollering about this stuff. And I listened,
You've been with me a long time, Jorge.
It wasn't Geronimo, it was Crazy Horse.
Crazy Horse. Yeah.
Crazy Horse. That's right. Crazy Horse.
Oh, I'm
apologize.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it was
okay.
Crazy Horse. When
We should know all of these chief names. We really should.
we
The
should.
history.
We should.
We should.
But again, it's usually the victors that write the history and control it. And for decades through, I always keep thinking about the Oklahoma incident, the burning of. Oh man, I shouldn't even start sentences if I don't have the whole fucking thing in my head.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Juneteenth, you're talking about?
Yes, Juneteenth, where Oklahoma City was burned. How late in life I learned that story.
Yeah.
That's what the point I
Yeah.
was getting to. It's controlling the narrative.
The Tulsa Black Wall Street.
Black
Yep.
Wall Street. There it is. There it is.
Black people were getting too uppity.
Yep.
Couldn't have that. No.
Well, they were gaining traction and starting to form corporations that had public stock options.
Well,
Jesus.
yeah.
You wouldn't want that in the mix of Dow Jones.
Even that right now triggers a memory. Right, today or yesterday, it was today on the news somewhere. Some story was about because it was DEI was brought up in this situation. Evidently, a congressman or somebody had questioned the safety of flying on a plane that had a black pilot. He didn't know if he was hired under the DEI. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Did you? What? Fucking excuse me? You don't know about the safety of the pilot? You're concerned about the pilot because he's black, because you think he's been hired under a DEI program and he's not really qualified?
He doesn't really know how to
Sounds
fly
like racist to me. It's if it quacks like a duck, walks like a duck, it's a freaking racist. And that's what that shit is.
Yep.
Jesus.
Sure it is.
You know who
But we're
usually
supposed to
is
accept
qualified
this?
is Nepo babies. Come on.
Exactly.
We're supposed to kick back and just think, oh well, don't worry about this stuff. He's going to do fine on the economy. The eggs are going to come down. Eggs ain't coming down, baby. Eggs are going up. So is the price of chicken. Boy, howdy shit.
Nobody's mentioning the bird flu. You don't hear anything about the bird flu that's going on, and how basically in the next few weeks we're gonna not have chicken anymore.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Price
the
chicken's
price
going up.
of
Them cost of
chicken.
eggs is going up
The
because they're
price of
killing all the
eggs.
chickens.
Oh,
And he's even
Well,
trying to make a controversy. What are you supposed to do with a chicken with bird flu? Just that's
And
okay.
he-
Don't worry about it. Just cook it good.
He signed an executive order as well that ceased all communications between health agencies in our
Yes.
country. Why would
Yes.
you do that?
because you're a
because we
dick.
ain't gonna have another pandemic. You're never gonna hear about the next pandemic.
Yeah.
Nope, not at all.
Well, not if we get RFK. Because, we don't need any
It's not
medicine.
about-
we don't
it's
need
not
medicine.
about making sure that
Man,
we're
they grilled
taken
his
care of,
ass
that our
yesterday, didn't
elderly
they?
are taken
That's
care
great.
of, that we're
Yep.
fed and all that. No, this is all about how much money Donnie and his oligarchs can squeeze out of this country. They're willing to dismantle this whole government and put it in
Yeah.
charge of people like Elon Musk.
And play the Putin game.
Yes, exactly. Ding, 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 ding. He wants the power of Putin. He wants the position of Putin, but he also wants the adulation that Kim Jong Un gets. He
And
craves
the
that. He wants to be
oligarchs argue amongst themselves.
He wants us all to clap like
Really?
fools, hang his
Yep.
picture in every house. You know.
Fanatics. He wants the fanatics.
Yes, he wants. Yes, yes. He wants
Wooning,
the
the
loyalists
praying, the
who
weeping.
don't think of a country but a man.
You know, John, I have a friend, and he is a produce manager at a Brookshire's Brothers grocery store. And he's a Trumper. And he thinks everything is going to be fine. And he's a produce manager, dude.
La La Land. It's going to take another couple months.
Where
know,
where
but-
does he think that produce comes from?
Yeah.
Who's picking that produce?
Nobody
I,
did.
and I,
You know?
I tried to ease the
Talked
idea.
about there's a
on
lot
him,
of
but if you
produce,
don't get it.
agricultural business, meat business, housing business, construction,
Yeah, what do you think this wood's coming
immigration
from?
touches a
Canada?
whole lot of shit. Huh?
The wood comes from Canada and it's built by Mexicans.
Right.
And, you know, what the
But
hell?
he's putting tariffs on them. He's putting tariffs
Yeah.
on them.
Yeah, but
25% on
the price of homes is
25% on
built
Mexico.
on what?
I think 25% on Canada.
You just put the price of a house up
Reaffirmed it again today out of his
25%.
fucking mouth.
They went 25% of the cost of a home right there.
Yeah.
Boom.
1/5 of all
Mm-mm-mm.
and for vacation rentals. 1/5 of all homes sit more than 7 months out of the year vacant as a vacation rental.
Well, and
Yeah.
then the big corporations are, the investment capitalists are buying up neighborhoods and
Yeah.
turning them into leased places.
Okay,
Exactly.
And it's ballooned
I
up. I'm
needed a
telling you guys,
calming voice
builder.
in the room. So,
Yeah.
hi, Candace.
Good evening, John. How are you,
How
honey?
are you doing this evening, dear?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm just trying my best to stay focused. Just trying to not get
I hope
overwhelmed.
you're having
just
better
focus.
success at it than me.
Well,
I-
I'm trying to, from morning coffee to kicking what little rocks I got out here in this black dirt to going back to smoking another cigarette, reading another report. What's coming in now? It seems like it's every 15 minutes.
It's constant.
It's worse than trading
Yeah, if you got
stocks on the
if you
day
got your
trade.
little device set to the news, it's just sitting over there going ding a ding a ding all the time.
I know it is
Yeah.
something. But I was
That-
gonna. The reason I raised my hand is I was gonna contribute to. We were talking about the prices of chicken and eggs. Well, there's another thing that a lot of people that aren't in the agricultural world are tied to it probably don't know about. That they eradicated the screwworm back in the 1960-62. Well, guess what? It's back in South Texas, down there about your way, and they're
Oh,
keeping
really?
from Mexican cattle from coming in because the Texas Park and Wildlife is the one that put the word out because they were finding it in the deer.
Yeah. We've got the degenerative chronic wasting disease going on in the deer and elk up here now too.
But that screwworm,
And that worm.
that screwworm is detrimental to the cattle industry.
That would be
Huge.
bad down here.
Huge.
No, I mean,
My buddy-
no, it'd be bad everywhere. Chicken to buy, there's not gonna.
No
And then
beef.
we had the fires last year that already affected the cattle market right now.
Yeah.
And so then here you come with a screwworm.
But the
Yeah.
the big story here is you don't have to worry because Donald Trump's in charge and all the prices
I
are come down
know,
on
I know,
everything.
I
So,
know.
And the
Yeah,
bird
Elon
flu
Musk
will
has
go
got a
away
supreme bill.
real quick.
Yeah, as soon as it gets warm.
Hey, let me
Yeah.
interrupt real quick because I need to call some people out. Oh, I'm behind on the Lincoln came in with a $5 donation and said if Trump doesn't want DEI hires, what about DUI hires like Hegseth? That's a good one, Lincoln. If he doesn't want DEI hires, what about DUI hire? You don't have a
We
problem
like
with that one.
one.
Yeah, I love that. And Irene Marconi came in with a $10 donation and said, and now he is attacking the NPR and PBS.
Of course he is.
Everybody's, yes, of course he is. They're not exactly a conservative outlet. Jeanette Dahl came in with 50 Danish krones and says he does everything to tire you out so you don't have the strength to fight back. So choose your matches carefully. Wise words, Jeanette. Wise words. And Silly Bebo came in with a $5 donation and said, Anna Pauline Luna is behind the Mount Rushmore bill. My hubby used a bunch of swear words when he heard about that. Yeah, I think me and your husband's got a lot in common because that's what I do. I'm an old sailor. I cuss like a sailor, and that's the response. You can see that shit in my rant. So, especially ones where I'm beside myself. I'm just pissed because then
Well,
I
we're all
wrote something
screaming with
today
you,
though.
John.
I wrote something and I pasted it on my Facebook and put it on other platforms. I used to write a lot, and I tell people I write a whole lot better than I sound. Because passions are stirred in the moment of speaking. I don't always remember everything I was just remembering right before I turned on the camera or whatever. It's I leave half of the shit in my brain out, but you get the truth, the hardcore part bass is what you get when you speak your passion. But I write, and like I say, that gives me time to think and back up and go, oh wait, that doesn't sound right. Use this way, yeah. So I'm going to try to get back into my writing. I used to write quite a bit, and
That's a
gonna
great
try to
outlet for
yeah,
myself as well. Yeah, it
yeah.
is a good outlet.
Me
Yeah.
too. Me too. Yep.
I need to get back into that. But anyway, so Cash Patel,
I got a
FBI
question
director.
though.
Boy, howdy shit.
I got a question for the
Go ahead.
room.
Huh?
We were talking about Headspeth and the Missy Chick brought up the fact of a woman pilot, and then going on about the air traffic controllers, and they're wanting to cut federal spending and employees and everything. Today, for some reason, it just popped in my mind, and I was like, "Oh, of course, we've got the tech giants in there. I'm sure they've got something that can replace the human traffic controller,
Human error.
and then use it as human error as a way to get it through."
I don't, air traffic controllers
I mean, because it's all
are
big
under
tech
a
money
lot
that's
of
up
pressure.
there, and there's
I
so
follow-
many.
Immense
I
amount of
follow your
pressure.
thinking there.
You
I
see
do.
my thinking, Miss
Yeah.
Chick?
I do.
Because
I
I'm
do.
like,
AI thing. An AI thing.
well, yeah, AI driven, yeah, and then then you take the human error part out of it,
Denise
or
Travis
whatever.
is,
Your car doesn't have to drive; it can
he's
drive
sitting in the living room
itself.
watching
And we
TV.
don't have to
There
worry
you
about
go.
EI that way, we don't have to worry about all that because
Right. You don't have to
Plane
worry
can
about the
just
DEI.
fly itself.
it'll be.
Watching the
Yeah.
news.
Pad the pockets. Follow
Or
the
you
money.
can just blame the fucking Biden administration.
Well,
That's
Well,
another
well,
thing
well.
you could do.
That as well. Don't forget that aspect. Yeah. Oh, Obama did it.
Obama did.
That's
Michelle
always.
did it. Michelle in her sleeveless
When
gown.
that came out of
did
his
it.
mouth today, I just, he's a disgusting prick. We all know that. He's a liar. He digs shit out of his
Yeah.
ass. But when he brought that out, when he said Obama's name,
I know.
We've been laughing about this for 9 years, John. He keeps doing
well,
that. Man.
because Obama is the reason we have Trump.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
It is.
That vile,
It's
disgusting
the backlash.
Tea Party
The backlash.
came out of the woodwork, crawled out from under their rocks.
Well, he had to reach back and get the deep base.
The
people,
Democrats
not
had
just
the
the Tea Party
fresh
came
man.
along
nerve
before
to put
Trump.
a black
Trump-
man in the White House.
Oh, he saw an
I know.
That's what
opportunity
went
there, baby.
wrong.
He played them like a harmonica. He did. He fed into their
Yeah.
hate and their fucking
And the
bigotry.
nerve to put a black man
Yes.
in the White House.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know.
And then you throw in all that liberals. This has been oncoming for years. For years. The
They've been mad ever since
sanctification
Obama
of-
got in there just because of his color. You're right. That is true.
Oh, I wish I had that man back. I wish I had
I know.
that man back. He's a great president. And
He's a smart guy.
smart man.
Smart guy.
Man. Yeah, he knew how to use the
And
English
Trump's
language
an
for one.
idiot.
Oh, I have a thought. Damn it.
And you know, Trump came on television and he said he was talking about Pete Buttigieg. He says, yeah, he's got a good line of bullshit. And he said this on, right, the president talking about bullshit, good line of bullshit, is right on national TV. What does it teach our children? Huh?
He don't
Yeah.
care.
Your children well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Your
I hate to say
your
this,
5-year-old is sitting there, and you got on fucking Fox News, and your 5-year-old's hearing this guy going, yeah, that's bullshit. You know,
You're right.
it's
You know, this has been
president.
coming on for a long time. But
It's horrible,
it's
man.
reached I hope a pinnacle. I hope the top it's got, you know, the worse it's going to get.
When
I
are
hope
people going to get?
this administration is going to turn a lot of people around. You know, and
I
God,
hope.
I hope,
Yeah,
John.
I hope.
Oh,
John, because
you
there's a
know,
lot of hate. There is
know,
a lot of
George,
hate for this and that and everything.
there was a point in history where we could actually sit down in front of the TV with our children and watch the president speak.
Yeah.
But we can't do that anymore.
No.
No.
When
I'm
the
going to read what I wrote
president
today,
speaks,
just for the hell of
are
it.
rated R now.
This is what I wrote today. How do we get to the point where a sitting president of this great nation stands at the podium after a national tragedy and spews lies and dribble, doubles down on pure ignorance and speculation? Hate, like love, is a powerful emotion. Donald Trump is a master of hate and deception. He preys on the pain in our lives and feeds off tragedy, twisting and perverting information to suit his narrative, no matter how absurd. That just, there is
Spot
no
on.
limit to this man. There is no morals to him. There's no integrity. There's no compassion. There is nothing but a lust for money and power. And how
He learned it
our
from
neighbors
Roy Cohen.
didn't see that. Don't see that.
I
There's a
watched a
long
little
history
interview.
of it.
I watched a little interview about the Republican, or I mean, the representative of Hawaii was doing a small interview, and forgive me for who he was speaking with, but he was coming out and he was saying, he's like, look, as soon as the Democrats get over, the shock and awe, we know he's shock and awe king, and we've got to get over that and move past it and stay ahead of it and at least grasp on the three things that, whether it's going to affect the kids, going to affect the elderly, food stamp, you know what I mean? And because there's so much going on in so many directions and they're throwing so much at us, we've got to stay focused. And I was like, finally, some Democrats saying it. Now stand behind it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rally the troops and stand behind
That's
it.
exactly what has to happen. The troops have to be rallied. Democrats really have to step up their pace at this shit and start getting as bold as he is. Call this shit out for exactly what it is. And I think
we got an easy platform here, John. If he wants to cut out FEMA and food stamps and Medicaid, look what states.
Yeah, there's a lot of red states where that is very popular.
That is the Gulf Coast, baby.
Yeah.
The
We're talking about
entire
Alabama,
fucking Gulf
Georgia.
Coast, the entire Gulf Coast. That's a huge chunk of America, baby.
Yeah, but you know what kind? They're the other Americans. We don't have to worry about
Well,
that.
But they won't. Why would these people
better.
believe? I'm sorry, Kurt. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, these fucking people don't realize he wants to shit on them because he's talking about, oh, we might have to get rid of FEMA. Well, that shits on the red states too. You dummies.
Yeah,
Heavily.
The Gulf Coast, which is entirely red.
Yeah, but California has them earthquakes, and now they got the fires out there. We could do away without that. A little
Governor
pain. What's a little pain compared to his love?
I think that you're just scumming the top of it because truly, until it, they go and they
Everything
get all
is
their
on a
groceries in
chopping
their
block.
cart and they slide that SNAP card and it doesn't work, or grandma's calling for them to come pick her up because she needs a
nursing
taxi
homes.
ride home.
Yeah.
I don't really think these people are going to wake up, and unfortunately, I really think that It's going to
Not
take more
till it
drastic.
hurts
It,
'em.
Yes, yes, until it really hurts them individually in their own, whether
Oh,
it's their,
that's
And
right.
then it's
you
gonna
know,
be
they
too
can't build a
damn
house
late.
or they're, yeah. I mean, even down to the contractors, they, you know, they can't guarantee a contract to build this house because they can't guarantee a price on the wood.
And just as a programming note, Jorge, it's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore, buddy.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm
yes,
sorry. Shit,
yeah,
when will I ever get this right?
it's the Gulf of America. And on that note, we've got a request from our Blue Dot greeter. Came in with $5. Said Terry B would like to hear our anthem. On that note of Gulf of America.
I just need you to shut the fuck up, cause nobody asked you, bitch. I need you to shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Really?
Just shut the fuck up,
Can
bitch. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Bow, bow, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I wanted to yell at the platform this morning when he was speaking. Shut the fuck up, you asshole. Shut the fuck up. Obama, Biden, DEI, all this, pulling shit out of his ass. Yeah, that deserves
I just
another.
need you to
Shut
shut
the fuck up. Somebody in the Republican Party, somebody on the conservative side.
Shut the fuck up,
I
bitch.
don't know what it's
Just
going to
shut
take
the
to
fuck
reach
up,
down
bitch.
and
Shut the
grab
fuck
your
up, bitch.
fucking balls
Bow, shut
and
the
stand
fuck
up to this
shut the
shit.
fuck
I
up.
wish you
Bow,
would.
shut the fuck
I
up.
wish you would.
Shut
I
the
wish
fuck
they'd
up.
grow some.
Bow, shut the fuck
They
up.
don't.
Shut
We've
the
seen the
fuck up.
Republican
Bow,
Party
bow.
capitulate everything that they have, everything that they ever said they stood for. They have thrown in the damn trash, shit on, pissed on it, and walked away from it. All
They
for the
were
glory of
lying
Trump.
in the first place, John. They didn't believe that anyway. They was just lying to start
It's a
with.
con, buddy. It's a con. They've used religion as a con. They just use patriotism as a con. It's all part of the act, the image. It's not what you do; it's what you say. You know, look at me.
It's
I'm
not
a
a
Christian, man. I'm holding
cheeseburger.
up a
It's
Bible.
an
Did you see my
ultimate
American flag back there? You
cheeseburger.
goddamn right. I'm a God-fearing American patriotic Christian. Well, they ought to get rid of all the Mexicans. You know that, don't you? That kind of shit. Because that's all around here. You know, oh, I'm an American, and then talk shit.
I can't go nowhere without running into a taco truck.
Right.
You know,
Mm-mm.
Jesus,
Fine,
man, what are
here.
you gonna do with them? And I like
I hear
taco
it.
truck. You know?
I hear it. So momentarily, you're going to hear us go silent because my sound system messed up, and I'm going to have to restart. my sound
Okay,
system.
well, fire it back up, John.
I will.
Smack it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's
And
okay,
we're back.
man. What's on?
See?
Yeah, there we are.
better.
And on that note, oh no, we already did that. Did that.
On
All
that
right.
note, hit
On
the
that
phone,
note.
ring the bell, subscribe, sub up, hit the Patreon, hit the Discord.
Like, subscribe.
Travis, right on that note, Travis came in
Share
right,
that shit.
right before we hit the button, and he was telling me, Dad, you went up quite a few subscribers today on YouTube. You know, and the video you did was doing real good.
Very good.
And,
Well,
Yeah, I got a couple hundred.
couple hundred.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we're up over to
See
60.1
how that
now.
rant worked? How that rant worked?
I think they're telling you to scream at your neighbors, John.
They hear. I don't think they don't. They hear.
No,
They just,
do.
you know, John's got security cameras, so
You got
what
some
you gonna do?
balls, John. I
Yeah.
gotta give you credit, brother.
I speak from my heart, and I
yeah.
dare anybody to change. You know, you want to argue with me? You want to debate the issue? You want to defend what he did today on that podium? Go ahead. I'm ready for that debate with any fucking buddy.
I've got
You don't
about
have to be a
dozen
Democrat. All you have to do is be an American. Just
Yeah,
be
man.
compassionate. Be halfway intelligent. I don't know.
I can't tell you. I'm guessing at least between here and
Thank you,
town, how
Jason.
many Trump flags and Trump signs I have to drive by. I
Oh,
can't. I
it's a
don't know.
gauntlet going down my street.
Just from here,
1
yeah.
mile
That,
in, 1
I
mile
mean,
out, and
yeah. The flags are everywhere where I
yep.
live too, man. I'm in the deep red heart of it.
Well, there's one that really bothers me, Jorge, because it's as I leave my street, and I make a right onto the highway
Yeah.
on county road. Anyway, there is another house there. It's a nice house.
Yeah.
I really like the place. Where the guy, nice. Had some horses.
Yeah.
Keeps,
Done well.
He put them flags up. He put 3 of them up day after the election.
Oh, I
Yeah.
had the same thing here.
Day
Had the
after the
same thing
election,
here.
and they're still flying up.
Yep.
there. Really?
After the election, he was
Yeah.
proud.
Yeah, after the election,
Yep.
after he
Before
won. Oh
the
yeah, me
election,
too.
he
I
was
I
not
was for him
committal,
all.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
You
afterwards
weren't
he
flying
was
them
real
things
proud.
before the
Yeah.
election. You want to keep your head low just in case, because you couldn't believe yourself
but
that
then
this
when
country
the
would
politics
elect him
goes
again.
in this way, but if it had been Hitler, he would have flown Nazi flags the next day.
I'm
That's right.
surprised I don't see those on my street, Jorge.
Well, brother, I know. I
You know
live
why we
in
did Sleepy Joe's
I
face?
live in red America myself.
And don't worry, if Elon Musk has his way, you might see the rise of the Reich again.
You know this.
It's a sad, sad state, baby.
Hey,
that we're
John,
in.
on that
Yes,
note,
sir.
I was down at the corner store down here off my county road, and they make hamburgers, got a little store. You know, they don't,
Right?
Yeah.
it's the small, it's store. They don't sell lottery or beer, but, you know, they got pretty good chicken fried steak in there. And they
Good.
used to have a whole bunch of people in there for the morning breakfast and lunch. And I walked in there and the girls, and I was like, man, it's dead around here today. What's up? This is like the day after they started doing the roundups, and
Mhm.
Right?
2 days after. And I know who the majority of the people buying hamburgers at lunch was that was in there. And Graciela is a Hispanic girl that does the cooking. And I said, Graciela, I said, and she's like, nobody wants this here. She said, they're all hiding. I said, well, do you blame them? I said, I want to tell you something, sister. I said, I know what your people do, and I appreciate it. The girl that was running the cash register, she was like, well, I say round them up and sort it out later. I said, girl, that's Nazi talking. My grandmother
Yeah,
heard you
that
that.
is
She'd slap
exactly
your
Nazi
jaw.
talk. Let's round them all up,
And I
sort
put
them
it
out
right in
later.
her face.
Really?
I
Tell me
told her
again.
that. And she just looked at me and I said, she said, well, I said, you don't realize who picks your groceries? I've got a garden. I've got chickens. I said, all right. I said, you row that canoe. I said, because I said, when it's all gone, don't come knocking on my door.
I got a $1
don't-
bet that says she's wearing a cross around her neck.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no
Probably.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a gimme. Sorry, that was a gimme. But that was
Yeah, it was
No,
an
and then
easy one.
another girl come in. Another girl came in. There was a Mexican girl. She's standing there. And then that's when I told Garcia, and Garcia said, she said, they don't want us here. I said, you're wrong. I said, don't take that on. I said, there's plenty of us that know and appreciate what you do.
Indeed.
I said, they're
Indeed.
just not as boisterous, Garciela, because I said, the tyrants are out here strutting around like peacocks. I said, example like her. I said, but I said, her husband's disabled. And when the government comes after his check, she'll be thinking different.
Mhm.
I eat at a restaurant every morning. Not every morning, but just about when we eat out at a local restaurant. It is Taqueria. I'm not Taqueria
Taqueria,
Guadalajara.
yeah.
And just about everybody in there speaks fluent Spanish in broken
Of
English.
course.
I'm not interested in whether or not they're there legally or not. What I'm interested
it's
in
kind
is
of-
good service and good food, which they give
Yeah.
both. And you know, these people are hardworking people, and they're not
I know.
criminals. And it is
Well,
shameful because it's not like we don't have room in this country. Are you shitting me?
These
You know,
people are feeding you, you know?
yes, feeding
just
you.
that, but you know what?
They're watching your
Well,
kids.
not
They're
only
They're
cooking
that,
your
cleaning your
food,
house,
they're cleaning your house.
picking your groceries,
Putting a
not
roof
only
cutting
that,
your
on
they
meat.
revere. Hey,
You
they
want-
revere their elderly. They don't put all their elderly in
Yeah.
rest homes.
They
No, they
respect
take care of
their
'em.
They are the one that's wiping your grandma's butt, actually.
You
Yeah.
don't see a lot of Latinos in nursing homes, you know?
That's what I'm
They
saying.
take care of their
Exactly.
own.
I don't understand it. I just don't understand it.
Grew up in
culture
a
was healthcare.
construction company in Houston, Texas, man. I grew up working with the illegals.
Of course, we
I
all
was
live in
spent
Texas.
years on concrete slabs with nobody that spoke
Jorge,
English
you
at
know, we've been down
all.
here in South Texas all my
And,
life, just about.
and they
And
raised me, man. They were good people. I was a kid. And they took me in, they fed me lunch, and we worked out in the blazing freaking sun. And we
Mm-hmm.
all were a team, you know?
I worked on a
And
project with my kids that had a bricklaying crew that was from Mexico, and
they were
they,
just
they
the most decent folks you could
oh, hard
ever
working,
want to be
got the
around.
job done,
Yeah.
and they were in a hurry too, because
And
it's
they
they're not getting,
partied on
you know,
Saturday
with
night
a
and
lot
they
of them,
went
they're
to
not getting
church
paid
on
by the hour.
Sunday.
They're getting paid by the job. So the faster and the better they do that job, the more money they make. So they are really
Because they're day
motivated
laborers.
people. But there's always a
They're day
contractor
laborers.
trying to screw them over because, hey, you know.
The
So,
contract
And they're,
laborer.
but
they're
I'm glad my
skilled and
kids
they're
had
day
that
laborers.
experience because they not were only exposed to that, but I think I mentioned it before. Every time at lunch, they'd send one guy down there. He'd be cooking on a
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
on
Of
course
course.
You'd
Yep.
have a hot plate,
cooking for the
man.
whole
They'd be going.
a whole meal ready for that
And
the
we
lunch
all
when
ate
they all
together.
took lunch, and they would share that with me and my sons, and that was just, you know, I look back at that as one of the things that really made an impact on my kids. That really it's going to be a marker in their life that they're going to remember.
I mean, sometimes they'd have one guy making pico de gallo on the side, you know. You know. But
Yeah,
yeah,
You know,
Jeff, they are in crosshairs, buddy.
that's the way I grew up, man. That's the way I grew up.
there's a little Mexican restaurant near me here, right down the road, and it's called Pancho's Taqueria, and I'm up here in Minnesota, and
They're all
and it's a little hole in the wall establishment, but their food is made from scratch. The waitresses are always on point, and they made it into the top 25 of all restaurants in the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
now, you know, they're
What
all
does that
just up
tell
here
ya?
just wanting to suck off the tick of the government, you know, and
Right.
take all our
Yeah,
resources.
they're taking
Yeah.
advantage of America.
Yeah,
Right? They're
again, you
taking
know, you can
advantage
throw out
of
that
us.
card. Yeah, tell me again about your Christian background. Doesn't it say give
Right.
a quarter to your field?
Yeah.
Doesn't it say treat your fellow man as you would
You know when the
I
culture war
can't
is actually
quote
starting to work
right
and it's
now.
actually starting to win is when both sides are using the same language. And
That's true.
you know, no offense to us, but you know, no offense to the folks, because these people are fellow Americans. These people are family members. These people is the language that's being used. And
They
we have to
may
use that
not
now.
have been born
Part of
here, but they are part of us.
Absolutely. Brothers and sisters, moms and dads, aunts and uncles. I mean,
They're here and they're part of us.
This goes
Yeah.
into this is, you know, this
And
is
they're a
beyond.
benefit to this country. They are not a detriment.
Absolutely.
Wonderful people for the most part.
And right now we got stuff rotting on the vine because of fear.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
not fear, hate. Let's make
That-
that right. It's
Yeah,
hate.
that is
Hate
a
for
good correction, because that's what it is. That's what
You
it
know
is. It is.
Well, hey, I'm gonna bounce down. You guys have a good rest of the stream.
Well,
and,
we're fixing to head out the door anyway.
Yep.
Well, I figured it was about credit time, and I just saw got a couple hands down there. Maybe get them up and say hi. But you know what?
Oh,
Use your voice, people. Be loud, and be louder, because the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
it always
Right.
does, baby. It gets more attention when you scream and cuss a lot. Anyway,
Absolutely.
Sir Fatty,
Hit
take
that
care of
thumb on the
yourself.
bell
I
on the way.
appreciate you coming in, brother.
Yeah, buddy. It's always good to be with you guys, Mr. Chick as well. All you
Night.
gentlemen, be safe out there.
You bet. Let me see. Let's go ahead and get AD
Run them credits while you're doing
and
that.
then run. Yeah, we get in the conversation, and I don't notice who's got their hands up sometimes. AD, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How y'all doing?
Hanging in there, brother. It's another day of, you know, rainbows and butterflies.
It's not surprising. I mean, when you go and you try to dismantle every damn agency that you can as president of the United States, and shit like, I mean, you expect shit like this to happen, you know?
Well, I'm not
when you
willing to
start
say that
dismantling,
it was a direct cause of his actions that this happened, but I
I'm
will
not
say
either.
that
I'm not
I
either.
don't know why, you know, his little letter, his trying to get people to retire early or get fired or whatnot
The
like that. That had to send a ripple through a lot of agencies, and I'm sure
thing
including through
is,
the FAA.
you're putting it on all the agencies and our families and people that work there.
And do you
And on
think?
top of
And
that,
do you think they're really going to get paid? He stiffs everybody.
And you know, it's just a matter of somebody made a
Oh,
mistake.
my
It
mind.
wasn't had nothing to do with the towers or any of that.
I know,
Somebody
but
made a mistake.
for him to come out and talk all that shit is what really got me pissed off. I
Well,
was
you know,
like,
it like I said earlier, it when you go back and look at the video, there is a third aircraft in that video. So it kind of looks like that because the pilot of the helicopter acknowledged they saw the other aircraft. Well, obviously
Black
they
Hawk
didn't.
pilot made a
No.
mistake.
Yeah.
Army guy.
that's what it could just been that. I mean, that's what it
I
looked
mean
like to me, too, but
that's a plausible, more plausible than, well, you know, a DEI hire just, you know, that kind of shit. You know,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's what I'm saying. For him to come out there and say that shit is just nuts to me.
well, that's
I'm
not
sure that they're going to
shit,
find out
man.
the
It's
cause
just Nazi shit.
and but are we going to hear it
I
from
will say, I'll say one thing, being a pilot myself and having experience in rotary wing aircraft and also fixed wing, you know, when you got a plane that's landing on a glide path, it can't necessarily change that glide
yeah, no,
path much.
the
Helicopter is
landing
much
aircraft
more
had
maneuverable. Yeah, so a
right
helicopter
away,
is much
sort of.
more maneuverable. But
Yeah.
here's the big question: why would you ever put two aircraft on the same elevation,
spot.
going in opposite directions at the same elevation? I mean, there was only 150 feet during their last
These are going to
transmission
be the
between the two
things that are
aircraft.
investigated, and that changes will come up. Is
Yeah,
maybe the
because
flight
what they're
path,
saying
maybe
is,
the
right. What they're
because you
saying is
can't
people
change
take
the
off from
flight path of the
military
aircraft.
air base.
So
Right.
you
They
have
say
to
that
change
people
the
that take off
pattern.
from the military. Right.
Yeah.
They're going to have to change the pattern because they say that people take off from the military aircraft or from the military base where it's sitting on the Potomac River and they
It's
fly
right across
hundreds
the
of
river.
feet along the Potomac River. So now
And
they're
off
going to have to
down the
take
way.
those helicopters and fly them up to about 800 feet and then they can go forward because they're not going to be in the glide path of that Reagan International Airport. It's just kind of common sense and I can't figure out for such
There's a lot
restricted
that even the common man can look at and ascertain of what possibly could have happened. And we are all guilty of doing that, but we're not the officials out there spouting it out at a podium.
Right.
You know, we're all going to get in your head at what we think happened. And
Captain Obvious had to give us a report on X last night.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
There was human error somewhere.
Indeed, there was nothing intentional here. There was nothing that was devious, and
happened.
You know, the tower people were highly qualified.
Sure, they were.
You know, there's no reason to disparage or cast doubt on their abilities.
There's a shortage of air traffic controllers right now. So, you know,
because of Obama.
It kind of makes you wonder whether or not this is going to be anytime you get on an airplane, whether you're taking your life in your hands now because there's a lack of air traffic controllers and they want to shut that shit down.
Oh, there's going to be a drop in confidence in air travel for a little while. But we live in a society where you can't get around it. You know, planes are going to take off. They're already taking off from Reagan National. You know, this is going to be investigated like every crash has been in the past.
Okay, John, you remember Patco, right?
The big thing that hit me today, though, during that press conference from the FAA, when they were out there talking at the official line, they went through a litany of a list of organizations and people that are going to be involved in this investigation and what they're going to investigate and everything. I mean, it was if you listen to it, it was a long list most of the time spent at that podium was describing that list of organizations that are going to be investigated into in this accident. But at the end of it, they reiterated very much over, thou protest too much. Anyway, that they would be the only source of information on this crash. Their office.
NTSB.
No other
Right,
agency is going to be
NTSB.
allowed to discuss anything, to put anything out. Everything's on lockdown. Nobody says a damn word. Only us. And I go, really? What are you afraid? What are you afraid of? If it's the truth, if the investigation is being done properly and something is found and it should be reported to the, what the fuck? Because they want to control the narrative.
Transportation and Safety Administration. What? They can't talk to us?
Well, they're an unbiased organization. They're a third party, so they're not going to have any real direct political influence. They're kind of like FEMA. They don't really take political sides. They're just there to help.
You think all of a sudden he's threatening FEMA funds for California? So
he's making everything political.
Yes, everything is political now. Everything.
I know.
From the fires in California to this aircraft disaster, it's all
by the way
political, baby.
I want to let you know I want to give you guys a quick. I just wanted to give a quick Hawaiian weather report. We're under very inclement weather today and tomorrow.
Rain or something.
Oh, there's a low pressure
Cloudy?
zone that is north of us, and all the islands are on a flash flood watch. There's been power outages. They're expecting thunderstorms. It's going to snow. They're expecting snow on top of a 10,000-foot volcano tonight, on top of Haleakala.
See, what's that saying? When hell freezes over, well, guess what?
There you go.
It's happening.
There you go. There you go.
It is nasty weather. You would not want to be in Hawaii today. It is raining cats and dogs and blowing about 50, 60 miles an hour. So it's a rough day.
So even paradise has its peril.
Yeah, we have our days.
I was
But pray for
Snowed
it.
in Alabama, and now it's snowing in Hawaii. No, there's no climate change. No.
Snowed here the other day. I'm
National
telling
Weather
you.
Service for
Next thing you
days
gotta hear
has been
in the news.
warning us.
Hell freezes over.
We've got emergency
Lord.
lockdowns,
I can't go
flooding.
without.
I mean, they're worried. They're worried because really Hawaii can flood, and they're expecting tons of rain. So we're in deep fucking kimchi with the wind. Anyway,
I'm
today,
leaving
by the
that
way,
up
I
there
would
for a
like
few
to
minutes
say
to
a
remind
Happy New
everybody
Year.
that we're not done, that
Today,
there's things that we can do.
Happy New Year, by the way. Happy Lunar New Year.
Happy
Dungay
look,
Patskoy.
indeed.
Today's the Lunar New Year. It's the year of the snake.
Yeah, I heard
called
that.
Year
I
of
heard
the
that. You're the snake.
Sounds about right.
Hey, I
Sounds
want
about
to give a special welcome in there to the room for a few minutes before we go to Miss Jane. Miss Jane, are you in there?
I am, but I heard something about a famous restaurant, and I want to know where it is in Minneapolis here, Twin Cities.
A famous restaurant in Minneapolis?
Yeah, didn't I hear that?
Yeah, so it's called Panchos, Panchos, Taqueria, Taqueria, and it's in Circle, I want to say either Lexington or Circle Pines, Minnesota, about 20 minutes north of Minneapolis.
Taqueria, brother.
Broccoli recall. Man.
Phenomenal Mexican place.
You know that's Biden's fault. Broccoli.
I've heard of it, and I may have flew through there once, but no.
Now we're going to have to charge him for that spot. I don't know.
Miss Jane, how have you been?
I've been all right, good.
Have you? Good. Miss Jane's been with us a very long time. Huh?
My brother just moved to Hawaii, and I've been worried about him.
You're worried about?
It's expensive over there. My brother just moved to Hawaii.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I might call him tonight and see what's going on. The weather.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Because you just got a report from Denver, and he lives over there too.
Yeah, I know. I thought I want to have him get my.
He lets us know that all the time too. That he lives.
Oh,
in
really?
Paradise. Yeah, yeah. It's a thing of his.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
But my brother wants me to go out there. I'm not.
Well,
going
you
out
should
there.
go. You should go. It's beautiful. It's absolutely
I have
beautiful.
no money. I have no money. So no,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no.
I can relate. I can relate. Yeah,
Unless I can hustle around a little lower where I'm at. Oh,
yeah.
go figure. No. So, okay.
It was
How long has it
expensive
been
when I
now?
was there, so yeah.
You were there? Oh, yeah, that's right. You were.
But there's
So
a
it's been,
price for you pay for paradise, I guess.
yeah.
But
So I've been around about 7 years.
if you get a chance to go, though, I recommend it. You should go.
I'll
You know,
do
one of
that.
the Blue Dot people is going to be here next week. One of your family members here.
Oh yeah,
Kimberly and her husband are coming here on the 7th, and I've already got them all dialed in. So come on out.
outstanding, Dangerous.
Cool
The
beans.
family appreciates that. Say there, if you want to go to
Yeah,
Hawaii,
you'll
we got
get
a
back.
hookup. You got a hookup over in Hawaii. So
You got a hookup right here, brother. Right
I'm
here.
gonna
I
have to
I'm
come
your
up
appreciate
here.
man.
that. I
I'm gonna have to
appreciate
tell my
that.
brother to hook up here.
I'm thinking
So
about
maybe
another
that's
road trip, a short one, a small one, maybe
Well, I'll
over
tell
to
you, if it
Arizona.
snows on top of Haleakala tomorrow morning, and I wake up and I see snow on top of the 10,000-foot mountain, it's quite a view because that crater's 29 miles around. You could fit the entire city of Manhattan inside the crater,
Damn.
and it's quite a sight. So if I see that
Oh, I
tomorrow,
bet.
I'm going to take
I
a
bet.
picture and I'm going to post it on the main discussion for everybody to take a look at. That's
Cool.
quite a sight.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm. When you get antsy, and so yeah, I love Arizona. I miss most of Sedona, the uh, Monument Valley, that kind of terrain, that desert. Yeah, kind of like that shit. Anyway, I don't know. Thinking about it, take 2 or 3 days, 4 days.
Southern
Take a little
Utah,
road
man,
trip.
and up in there, pretty.
That means I'd have to go to New Mexico. Damn, I'd have to pass through one of those legal states.
Them
Probably
places
full
where
of
they have
addicts and drug-
dispensaries.
Yeah, them
Yeah.
places,
I always
Anyway,
wanted to go to Mexico. I never
Hey,
been
I'm
to
gonna
Mexico. I always
blast
wanted to
though,
go.
but you know what? I love you guys and thank you for giving me a seat, but I got to go in the bank before they close. So
well, get to the
I'm
bank
gonna
there,
pop.
Dangerous. Take care of yourself. Appreciate you
All right.
coming in. Sorry I got you in late, brother. We'll
Don't
talk
worry
to you
about it.
later,
Better
though.
late than
You
never.
bet.
Better late than never. All right. I
Ah,
love you guys and
love you
take
too,
care.
brother.
Keep a
Take care
smile.
of yourself.
We'll keep going forward. All right. Catch you soon.
That's it,
Aloha.
buddy.
I'll see you.
Anyway,
Aloha.
hey, Dave,
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming in.
Hey, no problem, man. No problem.
Keep
I'll talk to y'all.
stay tuned. We ain't no telling what's going to happen between now and the next show. So
I ain't holding my
anyway,
breath. You never
yeah,
know what the hell's gonna happen.
yeah, I can only imagine. Anyway, we'll
Well,
live through it.
good
We'll
talking, John.
we'll fight the good fight through it. Hey, Dave, take care of yourself.
Okay. You too.
All right. Yeah, let me see. Jorge,
Yes, sir.
how's Nan doing,
Hey,
by the way?
John,
Huh?
she's lovely. She just
Good.
had
I
to
knew
go
she
back
would
to
be.
town today, and we're trying to figure out where we're going to go camping in February.
Yeah, that's what I'm
We
doing. I'm
just
thinking
got
about
back from
Arizona.
Inks Lake today, and so anyway,
Yeah.
you heard about the guy? The guy he ordered a new suit, right? And so he goes in to pick up his suit, and he says, "Man, this arm's too long." And the tailor says, "Well, just tuck it up under your sleeve like this and under your arm, and it'll look good, you know." He says, "But the leg on this pants, they're too long. It's too long." And it says, "Well,
Yeah,
you just pull it up."
just pull it
So
up.
he
Tuck it.
goes
Tuck it.
walking down the sidewalk like that, and he passes two nuns. And the first nun says, "Look at that poor afflicted young man." And the other one says, "Yes, but doesn't his suit look nice?"
Yep. Looks can be
That's the
deceiving,
Trump
my friend.
administration, okay?
There you go. Yeah.
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 Dress them up, but you can't take them anywhere.
That's a,
Yeah.
man. Doesn't his
Look
suit
good on the
look
rack,
nice?
but all of a sudden, yeah.
Yeah.
Jorge,
It don't fit right.
yeah, it just doesn't fit. And like they say, if the shoe
I
don't
love
fit,
you, brother.
We got
take
Uncle
care of yourself.
Fatty
Give my best to Dan.
spilling it out.
Yeah, oh,
You know
Nan
what I'm
loves
saying?
Nan.
In
Oh,
the
it's good. I love her too.
motherfucking hole.
She's
So
got
to the
a
ones
We wasn't gonna
in
tell
the
you that,
strip
Jorge.
club,
We was
it's
gonna
a
keep it a
whole
secret,
lot
but
of
shit,
ones.
She's
You
got
know
a
what I'm
wing.
saying?
She's
You know, man.
for you.
I see
Oh,
Uncle
outstanding.
Fatty in the building.
Outstanding. I love you,
Salute
brother.
for
Take care of yourself.
Uncle Fatty. You better,
Until we
you
see
better
each
stay
other
out
again.
of trouble.
Indeed. And
Better
Kurt,
stay out of trouble, Uncle Fatty.
Hey, John.
appreciate you coming in, brother.
Thanks
See
again,
what we
my
can
friend.
do
I
about getting
appreciate
that
your
flag
fight.
turned right side up. But it's going to be a
Yes,
while. It's going
sir.
to be a fight. It's going to be a fight, and I'm
It
glad
sure
you're in
is.
it.
All
So,
right. Take care, my friend.
you bet. Come back.
Okay.
Anyway.
Bye-bye.
Candace,
Yes, John.
thank you for coming in with your calming voice.
Oh, thank you,
I
love.
do. I love your voice,
appreciate
darling. I
that
do. I
compliment.
do. Huh?
I appreciate that compliment. I appreciate that compliment. Thank you, sir.
Well, anyway,
Well,
thank you for coming in. Appreciate you,
all
baby.
right, honey. Happy
But,
trails, my friend.
You did indeed. Now see there. All of a sudden, I want to sing the song. No, don't do that, John. Anyway, because I do know it. Anyway, Candace, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time, baby.
All right.
In Michigan.
Yes, John.
That's in my head. It's on my playlist in my truck, in my car. Yeah, on my Apple Music thing. It's one of the songs on there. It's a good song.
It is.
Puts a smile on my face. Anyway. You got anybody you want to call out tonight?
Did we solve any problems tonight, or did we at least vent a little bit?
I just think we commiserated a lot.
Yeah, I think we got
Keep
some
the
steam
motivation
off.
going.
You know?
I wasn't on top of my game today. It just,
No, I wasn't either.
I'm still having my moments, but I'm getting through it. It's my rant today came. Well, that was an easy one today.
Yeah,
but
it was easy to rant at that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my shit together and figure out how to move myself forward in a world that changed. And
yep, you're doing as well as can be expected, and at your own pace, John. At your own pace.
That's what we got to do. Anyway, now everybody's singing Happy Trails anyway. You got anybody you want to call out?
I do. We had some shit shares.
Who are the shit shares this week?
While we're speaking of shit shares, John, usually there's like, oh, maybe I'll have, there'll be 80 or 90 shares or something. And then some people are private, so you can't see who shared.
Right.
There's 350 shares on your rants lately. So it's easy to find some new names.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad that and like Travis pointed out to me earlier, the numbers on our page are going up. And,
they are.
That's good because it just means more people are involved, more people are pissed off, more people are maybe motivated to participate in this whole damn thing, and we need a whole lot of them.
We do, but I'm still only going to call out their first name, last initial, because the world sucks right now. It's not safe. So we had Myra.
But we can make it better.
Yeah, we can. We're trying.
That's what we're trying to do. Make it better.
That's what we're here for.
Indeed.
Yeah. Myra B from South Carolina. Derek S. Sr. I think he's from New York. It was a little unclear. Beverly B. from Virginia. Jim and Dory H. from Wisconsin. Estelle Booth, maybe from Florida. Shannon R. from Virginia, and I'm sorry I called out Estelle's last name. Sorry, Estelle. But anyways, they all shared this shit.
Well, we appreciate the shit that they shared this shit. And you could be a shit sharer too. You hit that button right there. You could be a shit sharer. Maybe Mr. Chick will be calling your ass out on the show for being a shit sharer.
Call your ass out.
That's right. We'll call your ass out for it. And I want to thank. We have. I see up here on my screen up here. We have had a lot of new subscribers just during the show. So I wanted to say that welcome to all of you who subscribed tonight, and welcome to the family, baby.
Yep.
There's a lot to offer here. We got the Discord channel where you can come in and get on the show yourself. And that's what this is, just an open table, baby, for a discussion. For
Yeah,
the people
find
that are
the,
concerned.
while you're watching in YouTube, find the links, the little more over there. Click on that, and there's some links to get you to the Discord stuff.
Yeah. There's links all up in there for everything in there. So,
Yep.
so anyway, I do want to thank everybody for tuning in and being as outraged as I am over this new fucking administration we have. I don't know. I'm pissed off still.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's not over. You can expect tomorrow to have some dance from the White House coming out trying to get around. Well, he didn't really mean that or this or the other.
I'm so that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's already started.
He has interpreters. People come in and tell you what he said. Really?
Yeah. Well,
I heard
he
what
didn't really
said.
mean
It didn't
that.
sound like that.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, he didn't. He missed. Yeah, yeah. Whatever bullshit reason that he can come up with, they'll do to try to salvage some of it. But it's beyond salvageable, and I'm afraid we're up that for the next 2 years, baby, until we can take control of the House and the Senate, baby.
Just
2
keep
years.
pushing back. Just keep
That's it.
pushing
We
back.
keep
All of it.
all of us. Anyway, today is Thursday. Mañana is Beer and Bud Friday. We'll try to get that out. And then we'll be back here on Sunday for another Blue Dot family meeting. And I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about. Anyway, to all of you, my love and appreciation for putting up with me through this time. I know I'm not on top of my game. And that even the thought of that is in my head. So bear with me, baby. And we'll be here in the fight. Anyway. Happy trails to you anyway. Y'all take care. Say good night, Miss Chick.
Good night,
Some
John.
trails are happy trails, others are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. And I'm trying my best. Anyway.
Years ago. Jiang Wang. Jiang Wang. the man. The man. Last year, I spent more money on spilt liquor